All right. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream, folks. Hey, I appreciate you joining me today. James with Team Finish Strong. There's been, from what I can see, a lot of Zwifting going on today. Some live streams that have happened this afternoon I'm going to have to check out later on. So I guess I'm throwing mine into the mix too. And I'm hoping you all will join me tonight because I have a big ride that I've got to do. My back is against the wall here. And the reason for this is because for many of you Zwifters, you may already know or have participated in the Parlee speed mission, which I've got up on my screen. You can't see the rest of it, but you have to do 250 kilometers between April 1st and April 30th. But if you want a chance to win a free, and I always like the word free bike, and it is a sweet ride, I checked it out. If you want the free bike, you've got to have it finished before April 16th. So it's either today or tomorrow to get this done. So I thought, well, let me just go ahead and do a metric century today. What the heck, right? You know, do a midweek metric. Hey, Greg, good to see you in the chat. Yeah, I appreciate it. I have not done a metric or better in Zwift since the 100-mile challenge that I did last year to get the badge for the 100-mile ride, and that was exhausting. So, oh, you're winning the bike? Well, then I should just give up and stop the stream and save myself 100 kilometers of headaches then. So you've already done this challenge, Greg? Gosh, you're on top of it, man. I'll tell you. I wish I could take some of your extra miles and apply them more towards my tally here. But unfortunately, I have been not paying attention and just not realizing that I was up against the wall here. So now I've got 141 done and 109 to go. So the best thing for me to do is, rather than pedaling here for no reason, I'm going to go ahead and get in here on one of the routes. So the reason why I'm starting off on this screen tonight is because if you want to join me on this ride, holler at me in the chat and let me know, because I'll go ahead and create an impromptu meetup and we'll get started. The route I'm going to be taking is one that's going to minimize the time as much as possible, but still give us something interesting to ride in, and that's the TikTok route. So I'm going to do the TikTok route tonight. We'll go ahead and get started. And what I'll do is in the first 10 or 15 minutes or so, I'm going to, well, maybe that's true, Greg, but tonight we're talking about 100 kilometers in one gulp here. So I'm going to probably try to keep it at around 2.0, maybe 2.5 at certain points if I feel really motivated or if I've got a nice group that I'm trying to latch onto. But other than that, I'm open. I'm going to be just kind of riding this solo. But, you know, as so many Zwifters have done with other challenges, I'm inviting you guys to come in and join with me and help me knock this out. You can appreciate that, Greg. And, you know, if you want to do part of it, you want to just ride, hey, I'll even let you pull me 20 miles or 20 kilometers if you want. If you feel motivated to do so. But, you know, I want to get this done. I had an opportunity to get off work a little early today, so I figured this is the day to do it. I might not have the time tomorrow. So wish me luck, guys. I hope I can last for the 109K that I've got to do. And I'm just going to kind of putz around here for that 9K while we're getting this set up. But, you know, one thing that occurred to me that I would love to see in Zwift, because while TikTok is a nice flat route and it's fairly big, it's not the most interesting route. You know, I'm going to probably have to do, what, about 5 laps maybe? So it's a good number of laps at the TikTok route tonight. It would have been nice if Zwift, if you're hearing, to give us the ability to create our own routes instead of having to use the canned 20 or 30 routes that we've got. I would love to be able to craft my own route that does a grand tour of Watopia, that does that on days like today doesn't include the Epic KOM or out the Zwift for that matter. You know, I'm looking for fast miles today, not climb. So, but that would be awesome. Folks, if you agree with me, chime in the chat, or better yet, reach out to Zwift and let them know, hey, we'd love to see a custom routes feature. I think that'd be great. I'd love to be able to create my own routes that I could do as a workout or whatnot. Gosh, think of that. Think of the possibilities there for folks that want to craft a workout. Maybe some intervals against resistance, where your start and end of your intervals would probably be on a nice grade or something like that. Possibilities are endless. But so anyhow, I'd love to see that. But for tonight, if we do have folks joining us on the ride, I'll keep it limited to TikTok. If I am solo tonight, I may, maybe towards the end, or maybe even probably better off at the beginning, maybe drift off and do some different routes, try some different things, see some different sites here in Zwift. But that's what we're doing tonight. So if you're looking to get your April virtual Metric Century Challenge badge completed, you can knock it out tonight too, like I'm trying to do. Going to kill two birds with one stone, as they say. So, all right. Well, I appreciate it, Greg. But if any of you in the chat are looking, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying regarding the features, riding the features bike. I agree. I would love to see that. I can't imagine it'd be too hard for Zwift to do, but you know, I don't know the complexities behind it. All right. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna free ride around TikTok for about 10-15 minutes, just at a light pace. If anybody wants to join in, feel free to either jump on TikTok if you want, or let me know if you want to formalize it, and we'll create a meetup if we've got enough of a response. That way we can stay together and keep track of each other. But as for me, I've got a lot of miles to cover, so I'm just going to keep moving until we figure that out. But anyhow, so whew. Hey, how many besides Greg? How many others out there are interested in the completing the speed mission? It'd be interesting to see if the virtual bike has any qualities that would endear it to racing in Zwift, perhaps. You know, I don't know if the Parlee RZ7 is competitive or on the same par with the likes of a Benj or a Madone, but it'd be neat to know. And hey, we're getting 100,000 free drops to try it out anyway. So, as far as recovery goes, oh, okay, I see the chat. Hey, no problem. Yeah, actually, speaking of recovery, you know, this is gonna. I wasn't expecting to do this tonight, but thankfully, I didn't kill myself yesterday in Zwift. I only did like 15K, just to keep the legs loose and keep this as an open possibility. So, you know, for that matter, I'm wondering if I go solo, if there isn't a better bike, if the TT bike might not be a better choice for this. Is that in theory? TT bikes are better. We've got a good number of folks out here that I can probably group up with if I can find a group. But we can possibly do that. I don't know. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind if I got to do 100K tonight. I wouldn't mind wheel sucking just a little bit. You know, hopefully folks would understand. You know, it is it's a daunting thing to do. I give folks credit. Those that have done Everesting attempts, double Everesting attempts, 24 hours in Zwift, it just makes your head spin. Like, I did 2 hours last weekend about 40 miles, about, I don't know, about 60K or so. And I was ready to get off the bike. I'll just be honest with you. I was just ready to get off of it for any reason. And so I might end up having to take a break or two. I don't know. You know, the funny thing is I've done plenty of long rides in real life. And, you know, 62 miles is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. I've done it plenty of times. One problem is you get the coasting in real life. There's not really very much of that in Zwift. I think even on the downhills, if you coast, you'll eventually slow to a stop unless you're in a super tuck or something. But you don't have coasting, and you don't have stop signs, and you don't have any agreement by anybody to stop in any particular place. So now I suppose if the drop shop were a physical place that you had to visit in Zwift, you rode up to it, you stopped, you got your gear. Maybe you could, to take that concept a bit further, maybe you could go to a drop shop and buy some virtual gels that might give you an extra 4 or 5% or something. Watts, you know, or endurance. That'd be interesting. Interesting way to spend your drops. You could take that analogy just about unlimited, you know, if you wanted to. But anyhow, so I'm stuck here on the trainer like everybody else is these days, having to get the miles in. And I do have, thankfully, a valid reason to be putting in some big miles over the spring and summer. And that is, I've got a Gran Fondo coming up in the fall that I want to accomplish and I want to be ready for. It's 80 miles and like 8,000 feet of climbing. So that's definitely more than I've ever done. So it'll be a kind of breaking some barriers for me if I'm able to accomplish it. And I've really got to probably get started with the training now. I don't know. But okay, hey, great, Mr. Beast. I appreciate Bike Beast. I understand with the recovery. Hey, maybe we'll see you out there in Zwift sometime. You're always free to join. You know, if you ever see me out there in Zwift, feel free to give me a holler, a ride on, or just tell me to hammer it if you want. You know, some of these little things in Zwift wonder when you'd actually get an opportunity to use them. I have to admit, I'm kind of sterile when it comes to my Zwift interactions. I don't really use them a lot. Usually, the only time I use the wave is when I'm getting dropped from a group and I'm saying goodbye to them. That's about the only time I'll ever use that. But yeah, I would like to draft. I would like to get that mysterious percentage of draft benefit that Zwift promises. In fact, look at that. Well, this person's a little on the fast side for me. I just happen to be going down an incline. I think he's probably going to drop me here in a second. But so a solo would be a good TT bike. I'm going to give that a try, Giorgio. See if that works. The only thing that is the disadvantage with that is that I can't do this if I have the opportunity to do so. And you know, I don't know. You know, is there going to be a random chance I'm going to be able to join a group or draft more than I'd be striking out solo? You know, I don't know. I'll have to give it a try, perhaps. But I appreciate it. I do have a pretty solid STT. Excuse me. Gosh, man, I'm already tired here. TT bike, and I just got the 808 Super 9 combo for hitting level 35 a few weeks back. So I might just give it a try tonight. It'd be a perfect opportunity if it's going to shave some miles, or minutes rather. Hey, appreciate it, Bike Beast. So I'm gonna give this a try tonight. Y'all can, if you don't stay with me for the whole effort, which I don't imagine everybody will, you can check back with me and make sure I'm not dead on the side of the mat here or quit. I am gonna stick with this. Try to get this done. Whew. It's not the coolest of days to be doing this either. It's a really nice spring afternoon here in the upstate of South Carolina, about probably in the 70s, I think, right now, which is just a tad little warm for me. I actually like riding at about mid-50s, especially if I'm doing more significant efforts. To me, I don't notice the cold at all, and I can just hammer along in 50s. And then when it gets up to the 60s, it's okay. 70s, need to get heat adjusted if I'm gonna do a long or hard effort. To do that, you guys are gonna see me shrivel up like a raisin here with all the sweat. Oh. All right, well, very good. Hey, yeah, add me as you can either follow me, I'll follow you back, Bike Beast, and I am looking to try to do some meetups in the spring and summer to those that are following me on Zwift, specifically, since that's where the meetups are created. If you follow me on Strava, that's great, but you need to follow me on Zwift if you want to ride on some meetups. The goal for me is to try to work on some progressively longer efforts to get me somewhere close to that 80-mile, 8,000 feet of climbing that I need to be prepared for in the fall. So it's going to be a gradual build-up. For those of you like me, we try to avoid the hills at all costs. I know, it's crazy, right? Why did I sign up for this thing in the first place? But and that was before the coronavirus. So my money's already stuck. I've got to commit. I'm pretty sure by the fall we'll have an event. But yeah, I've just got to get some climbing in. I've got to start doing it. Last year, I was able to complete a 70-mile, 6,000 feet of climbing, I think, ride, which was kind of like my litmus test to see if I had it in me or wanted even to attempt a full Grand Fondo. And I guess that guy got tired of me wheel sucking off him. Sorry about it. But seriously, sorry. I usually try not to. But you know, so that ride went, it was hard. It was very hard. Hardest ride I ever did up to that point, to do that charity ride back last summer. But I didn't die at the end of it, so I figured I might as well go ahead and give this a try. You know, my local riding buddies keep encouraging me to sign up for a thing called the Assaults. Now, the Assaults is not happening this year. How many of you in the chat know about the Assaults, if you know what I'm talking about? It is a South Carolina thing, but I understand there's usually thousands of cyclists that participate, so I figured maybe some of you might have heard of it. It's called the Assault on Mount Mitchell, or the Assault, and it's 100 miles, so it's a proper century, and it finishes at the top of a 6,000-foot mountain, which is not the highest one we have, but it's over 100 miles. It's probably about 10,000 feet of climbing, with the vast majority being in the last 20 miles of the ride. And you spend just as much time, from what I hear, riding the first 80. This is crazy. You spend as much time riding the first 80 as you do the last 20. That's how much climbing you do in the last 20 miles. And it's a butt kicker, let me tell you. And I have been scared to even even think about it, let alone spend the money to sign up. But a number of my friends have completed it, and so I guess eventually I'm probably not going to be able to avoid it forever. But if I can't do this Grand Fondo, I'm definitely not going to do the assault. But it's something that if any of you all are out there looking to try to do something interesting, different, and you happen to be in the Southeast in May, or want to be in the Southeast climbing in May, you can check it out. Again, it's not happening this year. They did call it off, but it's a very popular ride. It has a very limited pool of entrants because of the maximum limit that the National Park Service will let into the park to complete it. It has time limits. It's a challenging event for sure. All right, so I think pretty much hey, appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, give it a look. The website should be up. You can check it out. It's put on actually by our local cycling club, the Freewheelers. They've been doing it for, if there's any freewheelers listening, please do correct me, but I know it's been over 30 years that they've been doing this event. So this might technically be the first year that they've been unable to have it, and understandably so. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I haven't had anyone take me up on the meetup, so since this will be solo, I'm going to go ahead and come to a halt here. Appreciate it, Mr. Lane. I'm going to coast to a stop here, and we're going to change out to a TT bike. All right. Let's go take a peek in the mobile garage. Ask my my road crew to come out and do a bike switch here. We need the TT. All right, and got the disc already. Okay. All right. And the bike swap is done. Fastest bike swap you got. Yeah, it's not very often you find somebody willing to go the full metric, right? Out there on Zwift. Every now and then you'll see some Zwifters. In fact, there's a couple people who've got some serious kilometers in the neck of the woods that I'm in right now. So that's pretty cool to see. And I should have used the draft. I doubt it would do me any good, right, at this point. But all right. So at some point, I'm probably going to have to settle into a quiet rhythm here, just knock these miles out. I'm sure my power has been, well, it hasn't been too all over the place, but it hasn't been rock steady either. I probably could be getting this thing done faster if I wasn't yapping so much. So I'll probably settle into a rhythm here, folks, and if you guys want to, feel free to chat your comments or questions, and when I see them, I'll respond to them. We'll see what kind of things we can come up with here. Maybe make Zwift a better community. I'd like to believe that YouTube influencers can be a conduit through which the community can share their voice and reach back out to Zwift. Among many, there's a lot of different platforms out there. You know what? One platform that actually interests me on the racing side, because I do like racing, is that Be Cool. I really want to check it out, but my fear is that there's nobody on it. That I'm just going to be riding against a bunch of bots that are probably, if I can be totally honest, are probably pre-programmed to give me a 70% chance of winning anyway, or something like that, to motivate you to stay on the platform. So, but you know, I don't know how many of you from European time zones, we might be a little late here for European viewers, but the way it works in my local racing federation here in the U.S. is we have 5 categories, and it's based on experience, not wattage. And in a perfect world, people who win advance up to the higher categories, and you can, of course, request downgrades in certain circumstances. But it sounds like, at face value, a very fair system, and if it were implemented perfectly, it would be very fair, I think. I think it would be neat if Zwift and these other virtual platforms could emulate something like that and enforce it. Hey, all right. Well, we need to speak up. We need to speak up and make Zwift a better place, especially if you're into being competitive on Zwift, as I am. I do a lot of Zwift races, which some of you may have seen on my channel, and it's just so hard. I'm right there at the top of the C-Cat, but when you've got some B-Cat riders and some A-Cat riders thrown in the mix, down, basically sandbagging, forgive me for using that word, but basically under categorizing themselves for a race, it makes it very hard tactically to plan to win. And the end game is not always easy to predict. It's more random chance depending on who you happen to be able to suck wheel behind, how long you can hang on. But it would be nice if Zwift itself could enforce the categorization. Instead of the conversation between Zwift and Zwift Power being a one-way conduit, if Zwift could check with Zwift Power, find out what the rider's category is, and enforce categorization. Maybe something like that. Or maybe Zwift could come up with it internally. Not to do away with Zwift Power. I think Zwift Power is awesome. It's excellent. And when the race organizers combine it with analytics and verification, I think it's about as close to legitimacy as you can get, as far as a sport is concerned. Given the fact that there's thousands of people and thousands of different trainers, the variables are just so hard to nail down and provide some sort of unified experience. But I'd like to see that. Maybe some difference in the categorization. And I will say it is improving. The look and feel of the racing, particularly on the broadcast side, is improving. I'd like to see some more maybe internal structural changes that could improve the experience, like the categorization, enforcement, maybe even adding a 5th category. I don't know if it's who should get that 5th category. If it should be the A riders, who I do feel sorry for because they have an open-ended category, unlike the rest, where 4.0 and up, sky's the limit. So maybe an A and an A plus could help differentiate some folks. Yeah, but they do have that, but they don't enforce that in terms of separating out the pens. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. In my country, every real life race, the categories, if they're purposely combined, they're purposely combined. I understand for promotional reasons they may combine categories. But for the most part, if you're a Cat 4-5, you don't start with the Cat 3-2-3s. In fact, you just don't. And we must be getting some rain here in Zwift. Just got dark. But so that being said, when you have races that are either where you have the groups starting together, or if you have folks from different categories jumping in, it just really makes, it's hard enough, right? let me say it like this. I used to be in the BCAT as a bottom of the barrel BCAT rider. It was virtually impossible for me. Now I have a halfway decent sprint, but I have terrible FTP for BCAT. So the chances of me getting to the end of the race to use that sprint is almost zero in the BCAT. But if I could get there, I'd have not too bad of a chance. An example would be like World of Fusion or Fusion ECT had a super flat race last year in Richmond, and I hung on for dear life to the group. I hung on. I mean, I would not let them drop me on those little 1%ers that they have. And so I made it to the finish, and I actually got, I think it was, I want to say 16th place. It was pretty high up there for 60, 70 folks in Zwift power. But that was the one and only time that I ever got really that close in the BCAT because of how flat it was, and just, I don't know, they were super chill that day too, so I gotta be thankful for that. But so for me in the BCAT, I'd never get to stay with the group. I always get dropped. But now that I'm in the CCAT, it's a little bit more motivating for me to be able to race because I have a chance now. And I can only imagine that my experience is multiplied by the hundreds, if not thousands out there who are, have been in that same boat. I can understand if you're new to the sport, you're going to grow, your FTP is going to go up over time. Give it a couple of years, and you'll be winning races. But, I'm 50. I think I've pretty much found my plateau finally when it comes to performance. That is, unless I want to quit my job and put in 20 hours a week or something like that. But, so I've kind of accepted my lot in life as far as that's concerned. But, I found myself back down in the CCAT. I'm actually quite happy there. Most every race, I have at least the hope of being in contention. So maybe more categories. Maybe Zwift could separate amateurs from pros. Registered, those who are registered with the Cycling Federation versus those who are truly just stay-at-home amateurs, to give it more of a peer, racing against your peers type of feeling. So many different ways you could divvy it up. Because it's free, doesn't cost Zwift anything, and for me, racing has been the biggest motivator for me to try to improve on the bike. So, gets me out there testing my limits that I probably would never ever do in a structured workout or perhaps even the occasional group ride. Though I've been in some spirited group rides that were fun and challenging. But anyhow, some ideas there. All right, I might actually give this draft a try. All right, folks, you think it's going to bomb, or you think it's going to actually work? I'm predicting bomb. Well, where'd that person go? It was in front of me. They slowed down, I think. I think they stopped their ride. Here we go. We got somebody who's done 85 kilometers already. 6 seconds ahead. We got some people doing some big miles today. Well, and I'm already 17K in. Thanks to y'all. I appreciate it. And there goes that person decided to kick it up a notch, I think, and take off. They actually, yeah, they did. They must have heard me coming. Oh well. I'll just blow it. Well, it says it's doing something. Maybe it's a bug. I've never actually seen the drafting work. Usually when I have a draft and I switch to a TT bike, they take it away from you. You don't even let you have it to use it. I can't say whether or not it's helping or not. But isn't that true about the drafting power up anyway in real life? I've never noticed a difference with the drafting power up in terms of getting either being able to advance places or to ease up on the pedals. I'm sure it works. It's just probably not noticeable enough. All right. Let's see. This group's going just a little too slow. Oh well. I'm not sure what my average KPH is here. I wanted to keep it over 20 miles an hour. Thank you, Larry. I'm not sure what that is in KPH. About 30 kilometers an hour. So I'm actually doing better than that. Doing much better than that. Did I just come down a slight grade, perhaps? Maybe? Let me see. Yeah, I am slowing down a little bit. All right. Well, if I can at least do 30 kph, we'll get this done in a reasonable amount of time. Unless I blow up. Okay, 32. Hey, appreciate it. I don't know if you saw my recent beginner's tips video, Bike Beast, but I just discovered in the last couple weeks that there is actually an advantage in terms of points to getting or using kilometers. So even though I am born and bred in the imperial system, I'm now doing metric. So I've got to kind of learn the system, find out. Like I think if I recall correctly, someone advised me that 57 kph is when the aero tuck, super tuck works. So I know that. But as far as like pacing, I'm still new to that. Yeah, us folks in the USA have been at a disadvantage all along, Bike Beast. They've been putting us on the imperial system and making us work 7% harder for those level ups. So, unfortunately, I'm sure it's not intentional. Well, let's face it. The cycling gods have determined that it's sacrilegious to use anything other than kilometers. So I understand the pressure. Don't tell anybody, but I still use MPH on Strava. So am I still a black sheep for doing that? I don't know. Which is funny because I'm actually, yeah, same here. Sounds good. In fact, I wear my label as a black sheep proudly because I'm wearing actually one of their kits, which I don't mind sharing about. If any of you recognize the kit, it's a really nice kit actually. If I can make sure I'm on Zwift here, I don't want to bomb the stream. So like this kit is, I think it's really nice, and with my Tron bike, it looks really sharp, especially with the new Mavic shoes I just got. But it actually, if you know where that kit came from, you get bonus points. Anybody know where that kit came from? But, all right, so I'll let the cat out of the bag. That kit is the 2019 Man Ride by Black Sheep Cycling. They did a ride to benefit men's mental health, which actually we could use more now than ever with these lockdowns. But so you had to ride the group ride to get the kit. It was either a one-day or a one-time event. And I did it. I got the kit. And I think it's probably one of the coolest looking kits in Zwift. So I said, that's going to be my kit. But there's actually another reason why I ride with that kit. And that's because I feel so very strongly about the cause. At least the cause at that time for that particular kit. Raising awareness for mental health. I, at one time in my life, had gone down into a pit of despair and depression that I could not get myself out of under any circumstances whatsoever. And it led me to a point, a really good place actually, but it was a point of desperation that caused me to reach out to Christ for forgiveness and salvation. And I've shared that on my vlog as far as my testimony is concerned. You can check that out. Why I'm a part of Finish Strong. It's why I'm a part of the cycling team that I'm with now, for that matter as well. But so I felt very strongly about the need to raise awareness because it's a real thing, and it's the elephant in the room that people don't typically like to talk about, but it affects so many folks. It's real. I know there may even be people watching today on the stream that can totally relate to that situation because of what we're going through. Job insecurity, feeling trapped in our homes, and with an indefinite time frame for all this to wrap up. We just don't know. You know, when folks hear that it could be 18 months, some folks are thinking they probably couldn't last another 18 days. And it's real. It is real. You know, I thank God for Zwift. I'm glad I have all this set up now. I mean, we can still ride, thankfully. Our state hasn't disallowed public riding. But part of the reason why I got this trainer set up in the first place was because the roads here in South Carolina are just so darn unsafe for cyclists. There's very few places that I feel safe riding solo on our roads. But I would go out on group rides frequently. But now that they've shut the group riding down, I'm thankful I do have something. Otherwise, I'd have to do 1,000 laps around my neighborhood or something like that. You know, it'd be crazy. I think that would drive somebody insane. But anyhow, so that's the man ride kit, and so a very fitting kit and a very cool looking kit. But for those of you who are new to the stream, I normally don't bore you all with 3-hour endurance rides. I try not to do that as much as possible. I mean, there's a reason today. I gotta get this Parlee bike challenge knocked out. So, but other than that, normally you'll find me out there doing some Zwift racing. If it's a nice series like Tour de Zwift or Tour of Watopia, you'll see me out there do the whole thing, all the stages, and even the group rides if I can, if I've got the time and the legs to do it. But so that's kind of what you'll find on my channel as far as cycling content, and provided that there's some good events coming up, you'll see me taking place in those as well. You know, despite being a flatlander, I actually did take on what I felt was the most doable stage of the Hout route. How many of you did that event? I give you all kudos if you finished that. That was super challenging. I have done Hout to Zwift before, so that wasn't out of the realm of possibility for me. I felt I could do that. But if you haven't watched this stream, you got to watch it. If nothing else, find out how it ended. I'll just say that. Even the title on the title on the stream doesn't give it away. So check it out. Find out what happens. I don't think anybody who's in the chat tonight was there last time, but it was quite a surprising ending to that ride. So to answer your question, Bike Beast, I have been Zwifting since the very tail end of 2016. So I got my first wheel-on trainer, Christmas time 2016. Hey, Greg, I see you out there, man. Hey, appreciate it. See, I spotted that yellow Tron bike. I'm going to try to keep up with you, man. But, so I started in 2016, wheel-on trainer. I had my first 8-speed bike hooked up to it, and I really enjoyed it. I fell in love with this, fell in love with the game and the opportunities to challenge myself in virtual worlds and racing, and started racing in the DCAT probably about a month later in 2017. I just pretty much have been solidly doing it since, mostly in the winter season at first, and later on I just got so enamored with it that I decided to try to do it year-round, and that's been pretty much the case for me. So, you know, with work sometimes you just, I don't know about y'all folks, but like work sometimes will push you late into the evenings, and I found myself missing more group rides than I cared. And I was like, man, I'm either going to have to drop out of the sport altogether or find a different thing to do. And so I ended up doing Zwift. So, and it's been great. I probably logged about maybe 3,000 to 4,000 miles last year in Zwift, which was super helpful because I finally got, after 2 years, finally got that Tron bike. So folks, if you don't have the Tron bike and you've seen folks out there who've gotten it, gotta show them some love, because let me tell you, that is so hard to do. I climbed out to Zwift more times than I cared to. Instead of choosing flat routes, I was choosing climbing routes for probably the better part of a year, just to try to knock it out. And finally got it. So, and thankful for that. I love my Tron bike. Tron bikes, which I truly believe, if you're a sprinter like me, I truly believe that the Tron bike is the way to go when it comes to the sprint. I've tried some other bikes. I had a Madone before that, but I just really didn't edge out folks in the sprint like I did with the Tron, even without the aero. So I think it's got a good balance between aerodynamics and weight. You know, weight for the acceleration and aerodynamics for the top end speed. I think it's the best of both worlds. So otherwise we'd all be on TT bikes, right? But they have their place too, like today. Except, Greg, if you're watching, there's no point in pulling me today. I did a bike switch. So, but anyhow, I appreciate the company, folks. If those of you who are riding along, and my poor attempt at trying to set a consistent pace here. Appreciate it, Mr. Previtt. Whew. All right. Gosh, we're just 1/4 of the way in. I really didn't want to know that statistic. Man. All right, so those of you who can do math better than me. Okay, good. Doing the math better than me, how is that looking in terms of a ETA? Let's see, it'd be 4 times 45 minutes. Looks like it's about straight 3 hours. Pretty much almost 3 hours on the dot. But since I didn't do a proper warm-up and segmented off the warm-up. I will have to do 109 kilometers to actually finish the mission. So, though I have 26 in, I'm actually still not quite 25% of the way there. Well, 3 hours is 3 hours. That's all I can say about that. Thank you, buddies. Hey, if you guys want to come and help me, that's fine. But can you guys maybe let me stop and do another bike change? Otherwise, it's just for moral support. But hey, I'll appreciate that nonetheless. I tell you, the last time I put that many hours in on Zwift was my 100-mile ride. And I actually, what I did is I broke it up into about 30 mile, here's that imperial way of thinking again, 30-mile segments. And so I took breaks, like 10-minute breaks, about two or three of them, to give my body a chance to recover a little bit. And I actually did that in about 4.5 hours. That wasn't too bad. I don't think I could have stood putting another minute in on the bike after that. All right, hey, I appreciate it. Hey, just having you in the chat, man, has been helping. It's giving me something to do. Take my mind off of this thing. But I had no such help on the 100-miler, I think. I don't know, Greg, were you busy that day? I can't remember. I don't know if you were even joining the streams at that particular time. But it was a hard 100 miles. I got that checked off finally, though. Didn't have to see that empty badge in my display case on Zwift any longer after that, but have no motivation to do that again. And I did it all on TikTok as well, actually. Whew. Okay, legs. You catch my breath. Relief. If nothing else, that's what TikTok is good for. A little break. Well, Greg, good to see you out there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So 109 kilometers. Gosh. You know, the only thing worse, I think, than trying to do a metric or a full century. Look at that, I'm actually getting dropped here. To do a metric or a full century. Hey, if you are, can you pull me? I could use some help today. Come on out. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm on a TT bike. Hey, we'll suck off of anybody who's faster than me. Hey, no problem. No shame in that today. You know, speaking of hard work, the only other Zwift challenge, and I have not done the Masochist challenge yet, or I shouldn't say I haven't completed it yet. But the one challenge that I thought was the hardest, that I swore I would never do again after that, well, also, was the 25 times around the volcano. Because that one you have to do in one helping. You can't, well, I thought for a while there you could accumulate it. I thought, okay, I'll do 5 today and 5 tomorrow and 5 the next day. And after about, I think, 30 laps, cumulative, I still didn't see the badge. I was like, wait a second here. And then I saw the little lap counter. I finally noticed for the first time the little lap counter on the volcano circuit and realized what it was there for. I'm like, no, that can't be. It can't be 25 times in one ride. But I got that one knocked out. To say never again on that as well. Because let me tell you, doing about 8 or 10 laps around TikTok for the century wasn't nearly as boring as doing 25 laps around the volcano circuit. But you get it done, you get it done. I do want to try some of the harder routes of Zwift eventually. And in preparation for this Grand Fondo, I'll probably do the pretzel and the mega pretzel one of these days. I hope they give you some good bonus points for completing that route. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, so to answer your question, sorry, my blind eyes have a hard time reading the chat, that name, but the as far as calculating for a decent setup, if you're talking about cost in US dollars, you want to, if you're talking about just the Zwift setup, not live streaming, okay, leaving that out of the equation, you want to get a direct drive trainer. Wheel-on trainers are a great entry point to the sport, but it will leave you hungry for more in short order, especially if you're new to riding and new to Zwifting. You're going to find yourself wanting to improve to a point beyond which your trainer's simply going to be capable of, especially if you're trying to do Zwift races. You'll be very frustrated on Zwift races using a wheel-on trainer. Now, I'm not talking about rollers. Rollers are completely different, and they have their upsides and downsides, especially on the sprinting side. But as far as the wheel-on trainer goes, I would skip that if I were you. If you haven't already made that investment and can wait a little bit longer, I would get a direct drive trainer. Now, what I'm using, hey Sonia, good to see you in the chat, sweetie. Check on me, make sure I'm still alive. Appreciate it. But as far as, gosh, I need to turn the fan up some more here. As far as trainers go, I use the Elite Diretto, which I think now has been replaced by the Diretto X, which is even better. That's a good midpoint. A good midpoint trainer that's, I think, just about as good as any of the others in that midpoint category. Thanks, sweetie. But, Kicker Core and some of the other mid-range trainers are probably just as good. So, I mean, you can tell if it's not for my drivetrain, the trainer's pretty quiet. Not the quietest, but not disturbing either. Pretty smooth resistance and power delivery at higher RPMs and wattages. And if you're a sprinter and want to see your power numbers fairly accurately represented, I think it's a decent choice. Kicker products might be just a little bit better for sprinters, so I've heard, though I haven't had any experience with them. So, not a bad one. I've had this now for over a year, working flawlessly. Super easy. Now, calibration has been a headache for this trainer. That's the only thing I'll say as a downside. If the kicker is better at that, integration in Zwift, or just better at calibration in general, it could very well be the case. So, what I ended up doing to solve that particular headache was to get a set of power pedals, which has probably the best dynamics as far as racing is concerned that you can get. It's accurate. For those of you who are trying to do in real life races and you want to compare your numbers, if you use a trainer, it's a little bit like apples and oranges. Your numbers might not match up, so you might not know how well you're actually doing in the off season. But if you use the same power meter both on the road and on your trainer, you don't have that problem. And calibration of the pedals is super easy. It's one click on my Garmin head unit. So, anyhow, I'm starting to want to drop this TT bike more and more. Hey, if those of you who are in Zwift and are following, maybe we could do a bike switch at some point. I don't know. I'm not sure how much benefit it will be. But so that's the skinny on trainers. They're halfway decent for racing, though I prefer an actual bike-based power meter for that. You can do your aero tucks a lot better too, in that sense, if you take advantage of that. All right, maintaining good average here. We're about a third of the way through. I don't know, we'll see. Might have to take it easier on those climbs. Pay attention more to my watts instead of pushing through. But, whew, okay. Well, Greg, I don't know if you're planning on sticking with me for the whole 100K. I'm gonna chat with you here if I can. I almost never do this, folks. I don't even know if I can here. I can't direct message them. See, I don't even know how to do it. I never do this. I think I can do it through the companion app. I was just going to ask him if he was going to hang with me for the full 100K. But if you can hear me, Greg, and can chat back in some fashion, let me know. So I really got to keep it under 2.5 watts a kilo. Okay, thanks, Greg. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate you hanging with me for that duration. You can watch me suffer for the rest. How's that? Is that a deal? Now I hope it won't be too much suffering here. I did take a recovery day yesterday, but since I don't follow those training stress scores too closely, don't even know what mine is right at the moment, I could be still a little on the fatigue side from Sunday. I think it was Sunday I did the 40 miles. Could be still a little fatigued from that. I don't know, we'll see. No fair, Greg. Can't do that, buddy. That's not good form on a group ride. I'm just kidding. Hopefully I'll creep back up to you here with the CT bike. I probably need to drop this bike here. I don't know. But I'm thinking if I really want to sustain for the full 100K, I probably need to keep it under 2.5K, which I haven't really been doing consistently. Yeah, gosh, I'm in the threshold zone here as far as my heart rate. How long has it been that high? I don't know, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign. Well, Suffering more equals more adaptation, I guess. Thank you, Mr. Jewett. Let's try this pace for a little bit here. This feels sustainable. Keep around maybe 2K, 2 watts a kilogram. Let's see here, get this leveled out. Okay, let's see if I can keep it over 32K at this level of effort. Must be going downhill again here a little bit. I'm going too fast for that power. I mean, I'll take the extra 3 or 4 kilometers an hour. I don't know. Maybe the TT bike does slice through the air pretty good. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. Hey, Terry. Good to see you. I remember you from that Hout group, right? That's the last where I saw you, if I remember correctly. I put the question out to the chat, but they couldn't guess how I finished that rope, how I finished that ride that day. But we both know how that ride ended, right? But I'm still disappointed about that. I haven't had to do a manual entry in Strava in over a year prior to that point. But, oh well. Whoops. Gotta keep it steady. You know, I was secretly hoping earlier today that there would be a massive group ride out here that could swallow me up and just keep me at their pace. But I don't think that group ride starts for another hour and a half. I don't know. Maybe they'll carry me home, if I recall correctly. In fact, let me take a peek at that, because there is a sub 2.5 ride out there, starting at 6:30, and I absolutely wouldn't mind at all getting blobbed in with them for the end of this thing. I'm just taking a peek here on the companion app, see if I'm right about that. Because I had originally was planning on doing that tonight to knock down some of these miles that I had to do. But I figured if I got to do a long ride tonight and then another one tomorrow on sore legs, it just ain't happening. I'd rather just get all the soreness out in one helping here. All right. It's weird. I don't see it now. I don't see it. That's a problem. Oh, because I'm not selecting group ride. Greg, you left me again, buddy? No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, man. I'm not even drafting off of anybody right now. All right, so Pastor Masters, maybe? No. Dirt Family Values ride? No. Okay. Maybe I was imagining it. Okay, here we go. The Summit City Zwift League Endurance Ride starts at 6:10. About an hour from now. Does the same route. So, if y'all have to beg off before 6 o'clock, I certainly and Greg, I think you had to beg off now. I understand that. Hey, great having you join me. Appreciate it, Greg. But if y'all have to beg off before 6, I may just lob up with this endurance ride if they're in the free ride world version of Watopia. I don't know if they're going to have the world to themselves or not. We'll find out. So how many of you are? Yeah. Yes. See, you do remember, Terry. No, I won't. You're right. So I'm going to have to, once I know that I might as well do it now. Oh, there's Greg. Hey, Greg, you're back. Once those that are riding with me beg off and it doesn't matter anymore, I'll probably just do a quick bike change again and get ready for that. But yeah, that was disappointing. That was disappointing. I should have seen it coming too, because you had warned me about that, and I don't know if you noticed, Terry, but Zwift was acting kind of twitchy for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes prior to that. I was like, uh-oh, it's not a good sign. I have a fiber internet connection for my streaming and stuff, so I knew it wasn't my internet. But what's stranger, though, Terry, is how a back-end problem, I got to stretch my legs here, how a back-end problem in Zwift on their servers can cause the application to crash on the head and the front end. That's just so strange. Like, what did Zwift do to make it crash? I don't know. You know, I've had some rides where the internet went down, and I just stopped seeing other riders, which is bad too. That's never a good sign either. But I haven't had the application crash altogether. That was new ground there. That was definitely new ground. By the way, what I'm doing, folks, is actually one of my little tricks from my Zwift tips video. I call it burst mode, and what it is it's just doing little bursts with a little break in between. And for some reason, I think Zwift keeps you. See, now I've actually passed break. It keeps your power level, I think, up because it probably smooths it out to protect people from brief dropouts, killing their races. So it's almost like a hack on the Zwift algorithm that lets you go a little bit faster than you normally would and still get micro breaks like my backside needs right about this moment. But anyhow, I know I shouldn't keep this up too long because in the end that'll just reduce my endurance eventually. But oh, that felt so much better than just constant pedaling. See, now Greg's going to take off again. And I'm back in zone 4 again too with the heart rate. So I think I've decided it. Greg, when you're done, I'll go ahead and do the bike swap out. I don't know if that was meant towards me, that Zwift message or not, but if so, hey, appreciate it. Okay, nope, it wasn't. I see if I just waited a little longer, I wouldn't have embarrassed myself. Now that one was for me. All right, Greg, take care, buddy. We'll see you out there in Zwift sometime in the future. I'll try to do some group rides. So hang in there, and we'll see you around. All right. Well, with that said, time for the bike switch. Oh man, I had a little group here that I could have used. Oh, Bike Beast, hang. Wait up for me, buddy. I'm coming. I'm gonna try to do a fast swap here. See, I gotta wait. Man, that's a bummer. I just picked just the wrong time to do this bike swap. Oh well. Well, at least kept the color of my wheels. All right. All right. Oh man, look at that. Nice little blob there to work with too. That would be perfect. I'm gonna try. So wherever you are, Bike Beast, I am back on the road again here. I'm gonna try to catch. It'd be nice if I could catch that group of 5. If they're staying together. Where's Greg? I just saw you, Greg, for a second. Are you gone now? That group is up the road. All right. This is my group now. So I am, well, I can't tell you what place I'm in, but, whew. Oh, this group actually might be a little slower than I would have liked. Oh well. This actually feels easier. All right, Greg. Hey, great to have you in the audience back again. Maybe you can tell me where Bike Beast is. Because, okay, there he is. He's 8 seconds up the road. Dropping back, as it looks like. Yeah, Bike Beast, you might as well drop back. I got a nice little group here that just took off the front at 11 watts a kilogram. So I lost him. I lost my lead man. Now M. Hawkins. Well, no, they're not my lead man either. I guess I'm the lead man now on this little group. I don't know. So these guys going a little too fast. So where are you? Okay, you're 3 seconds behind me. You fell back a little bit too far. Can you make it back on? I'm only doing 2.3, so I think you can do it. Give it a try. Or I can lose this group. I prefer not to lose this group if I can. Oh, the pressure. Oh no. Where are you, man? This is going to be like that day we were trying to find you, Greg. Come on. Okay, you got the Tron bike. I know you can do it. All right. I'm just going to keep it steady until you get here. All right. Whew, that feels so much better. Gosh. I should have just stuck with the Tron bike. The TT bike turned out not to be a good choice. I didn't really feel like I was making any better of an effort with that versus just blobbing up. Because, you know, the blob is inescapable. For the most part, the blob rules in Zwift. So if you're trying to outrun a blob on a TT bike, I think you're ultimately fighting a losing battle unless you're Lionel Sanders or something. So, but that said, you know, I wouldn't mind having him pull us right about now. You know, if he's doing a recovery ride and we're trying to do a threshold effort, maybe it might match up pretty well. All right. All right, we're okay. Let me see here. You back on somewhere? No. Speaking of Mr. Bike Beast here, let's see. How far back are you? 6 seconds back. If you want, I can drop out of this group to bring you back on. I should have the legs to do it. So where are you? Now I'm back to me. All right, we'll just do it like this. We'll do the helicopter view here. Oh, okay, all right. Oh wow, we got a whole group of Tron bikes here. That's the group I want to be with. Okay, I see you. All right, I see what we're doing here. You're tagging along on behind some guys that are doing a workout. That's a good idea. Hey, if you think you can hang, we can hang with them. We can try surfing behind them for a little while. Let's see, 2.6. I can do 2.6 for a while. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see what happens here. 4, 3, 2. I don't want to do any sticky drafting on some folks. I probably just did. Sorry. I hate when that happens to me. My apologies. I am so sorry. He's probably drafting behind that other person. I probably just messed them all up. Ah. That's a sticky draft, folks. I understand the reasons why they have it, but it's probably one of the most hated things in Zwift if you're trying to win a race. Well, you're coming up just in time for the climb. We're going to end up having to get out more watts just to keep up with these dudes here. Unless we want to ride with the bumblebees. Okay. I can probably kick it up to about 3.0. So, if you want, we can do that. Just on the climbs, just for the next couple of them. Just so we don't slow our average down too much. All right. I appreciate you joining in on the ride, and I actually now have the capability of getting some benefit from it. If we can find a group that we can blob up with. All right. Trying to keep it in endurance zone. It's not easy. It's going to get harder and harder as we go along, too. But good to see we're 44 kilometers in. Man, see, just chatting away helps so much. Just anything to take your mind off of the one foot in front of the other thing you got to do here. We'll be halfway there before we know it. Okay. I'm sure I went a little over zone there. Too bad these grades are not steep enough to use the aero tuck. They're just not fast enough, unfortunately. It'd be nice. I'll simulate the extra speed on my manual fan here. Maybe that'll make me feel better. All right, well, hopefully we'll find some more folks when we come back around to Tempest Fugit. We won't have to do all the work. Oh man, another person who got stuck behind us. Oh well. Hey, let's see if we can borrow their draft for a little bit. Well, at least for a little bit. I appreciate the help, Mr. Gilbert. Whether you are a willing participant or not, you know, I completely understand some folks about people drafting behind them. You know, it's just like etiquette in real life. You know, and generally speaking, I know it's kind of frowned upon, though it happens so often in Zwift. But I have found in Zwift, if you stay behind somebody too long, or if you pass somebody for any reason, that constitutes a reason for somebody to take off and leave you in the dust. There's sometimes, now I have seen some folks that have blobbed up, and some folks that just like, you know, like me, if I'm on TT bike and I gotta do 2.5 or 3.0 and that's just my numbers I'm gonna hit, I don't care how many people draft off me, because I'm not getting any benefit anyway, and I gotta hit the numbers. So to me it doesn't matter. But you do get a whole cross spectrum of individuals out here that can keep the game and the experience lively. I'll say it like that. All right. Well, we want to take a turn pulling. We can no sense in us riding side by side here. All right. Well, we got some more folks. We can get a little help from, or maybe not. I think we missed our chance. They're doing a little more than we. Really, 2.4. All right, let's latch on here. We'll make a little group. I don't know if they're doing TikTok, but we can. A group of 4 is not a bad group to have. Not a bad group at all. Take a little break here, and then I'll jump up front here. Almost halfway to the 100K, and then I got to do 9 more to finish the mission. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get down to 100K on my last ride. I was riding a little late last night. I just didn't want to do more than 15K. I said, I'll make it up tomorrow, I said. That I will. Unless I decide to do a little 9K ride tomorrow, which I could probably do that. But y'all came today to see me finish. I'm gonna finish today. That way I can get a little extra rest tomorrow. Man, I wish I had a group like that. You guys got to turn around and come our direction. Help us out, please. All right. Do a little pull here. Just a little one. I got still a long ways to go. All right. You gotta get out of the fishbowl anyway here in a minute. Gotta save some legs for that. All right, our group's getting bigger. I don't know what it is, but the same lots always feel a little bit easier on the hills. I think it's psychological. You expect the resistance more on the hill, so it feels easier for some reason. I don't know why. Something for your legs to push against, I guess. All right. All right, so we got TikTokers here. Yes and no and yes. Okay. Well, I see, Mr. Bike Beast, you've already earned your 100K jersey. So you're no stranger to this. You will be an asset today for sure. But in all deference to you, I know this was supposed to be a recovery day for you. So if you feel so inclined as to want to set a different pace to meet your training goals, just let me know. I have no intention of screwing up anyone else's rides. Lord knows I screwed up enough in my own training, being baited into going faster than I wanted to. It happens so easily on Zwift. I don't know what it is. Almost ready to pass 50K. Gosh, I think I might actually be able to do this thing. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that, folks. Three riders ahead of me. Look at that number. That's a number worthy of some kudos. Actually, both of them. 92. Kudos for you. And if I could get 2, I would. 134. Nice. Got some company out here tonight. People putting in some big numbers. You know, usually when I'm on TikTok or I'm on Tempest Music, I usually just see folks doing shorter recovery rides. You don't usually see this many folks with these big numbers. So that's great. Look at that, 66 kilometers. It's got me wanting to check out all these other people's rides. See what everybody else is doing out there today. I don't feel so alone now. Which, incidentally, that person that person with the 93K ended up leaving me in the dust for some reason. 40 more K in the legs. Still got left behind. Well, we'll see if we can pick this up. Pick them up again somewhere. I don't know. Can't wait for all these folks to get by. All right. 50K. All right. Halfway there. Okay. Hey. The most original or imaginative Zwift names gets a kudo too. That gets a kudo also. All right. So let's see. Mr. Shark is already 8 seconds ahead. Oh well. That would have actually been somebody good to follow behind, but. Not at this point. Okay. A little line of 30K. Try to pick it up just a little bit. Okay, there we go. So I really don't know exactly the pace I need to be setting here. I want to keep it zone 3 as far as heart rate. So if that's the case, And with me yapping, I'm sure I'm bringing that up a little bit higher than it normally would be. Somewhere between 2.0 and 2.5, I guess, is my target tonight. One thing's for sure, this will be a good endurance workout. I don't normally put this many miles in the legs on Zwift, so hopefully it'll help me on some of my future races. No, you know what, Terry? I don't do the kudos bombs, and it's not that I don't like to. I just don't know how to, and I don't see it. I don't see it advertised out here too much. So how do you do it? I need to go to school on this. So can you give me the skinny on that? How do you do that? Is it this? I think maybe I heard it was the arrow, but I always thought it was in the app, the game. Let me try this. You ready? Let's see what happens. Did that do it? Maybe I gotta hold it down. Let's try this. I don't know. Did I just do it? I can't tell. I don't see a whole bunch of kudos going everywhere. You gotta hold it down on the map view. Yeah, white circle, press it. Do you have to hold it down or just press it? Maybe you gotta hold it down. Okay. How's that? Okay, I think that worked. Thank you. There's been so many times I've wanted to do that in a race that I ended up just kudoing everyone at the end. But that's pretty cool. I like that. Thank you. You don't want to know what I was trying to do. I was trying to do this. I was trying to go up to this map. I was like, well, maybe I got to click it here. Maybe I got to click it here I was trying to click every arrow on the overhead on the application. Totally missed that one. They should have had pictures in the tutorial. All right. All right. Let's see what we can accomplish here. I might actually end up using more than 2 water bottles tonight. I'm more than halfway through my hydration here. I might need to get the team car to bring me a water bottle. Hint, hint, if they're watching. Oh, look at this. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice little group. All right, but Bike Beast, we gotta stay with these folks. Let's see if we can hang with them. As long as it stays under 2.5. Here, I'll even use this now. Uh-oh. We lost the wheel. We lost the wheel. All right. And I lost my power up. There we go. Get a little benefit for the tail end here. All right, so Bike Beast, if we can, I'm going to see if I can hang with these folks. Depending on the amount of watts per kilo I end up stabilizing at here. This would be a good group to hang with. Let's see. I don't think he's made it back on yet. Can you make it on? I'm not going to push the pace here either. I'm going to kind of keep it steady. Let me see if I can see where you at. Make it. You're almost there. Let's see if I can. Oh, you're 11 meters back, 10 meters back. Okay. Let's see if I can get you to latch on the back here. Almost there. I'm losing grip here, though. All right, now if you can scoot up a little bit here. Uh-oh, no, this guy's going to make me break with the group. No! Sticky draft! No! Hi. I was a victim of the sticky draft. All right, Mike Beast, we got some work to do again now. Ah, that's what I get for hanging off the tail. All right. Okay. Just hang with me. I'll take us up. That was my fault. Or are they getting farther away? They are. All right. Okay. Come on, you can make it. We're almost there. All right, that cost me a couple matches. We're good, but I'll save so much if we can stay in the draft here. Okay. This is nice. 38 kph, 39 kph, 2.4 watts a kilo, 2.2 even. You got a nice big group here. All right, it's going to get a little hard. Going up this little riser here is going to bump us up. Unless they keep it easy for us. 2.2 on the front. Okay. 3.0 on the front. Okay, very good. Nice and steady. You know, I truly believe that even when somebody is doing a lot of the work on the front, that they actually still benefit from the blob effect. You know, when people wheel stuff behind you in enough numbers that it increases the pace of the whole group. I see somebody has decided to break everything up by going 3.7 at the front. So I think we're going to lose the draft again here. Make it. Maybe they'll settle down. Oh gosh, man. Yeah, they broke off. Hey, there's a group coming up behind you, doing a good effort. Just get on with them, Mr. Bike Beast, and I'll probably fall back with you. Oh man, now they're picking up the pace. 3.5. Maybe you can try to ride them up. Up to us. I don't know. It's not bad up here. I'm doing 2.3 in the draft. Gosh. Man. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here on Tempest Fusion. I thought for sure we'd have some cooperation today with some folks. But anyhow, as I was saying, even if you got a posse riding on behind you, I really think it actually benefits you because you actually go faster because you're in a blob instead of riding solo. That's just my estimate, I guess, of or observation rather of what I see out there. All right. If you're not able to catch up, I'll just fall back. Because this group's just a little surgy. I think every speed demon that comes through is stringing our group out. So it seems, I think. Let's see. 1 second back. You might actually make it back on here if you can ride up. Yeah. All right. Great. I'll keep I'll keep the draft here. I think we'll be all right. Thank you, Mr. McCormick. Let me see if I can try to move you back before it disappears. Zwift, you need to leave the ride on just a little bit longer. All right. Okay, let's see how much we can benefit from this. What we got to watch out for, though, we got to watch out for two things. Faster riders coming through the pack to string the group out, and slower riders coming backwards to the group that will cause a sticky draft situation. So you have to, when you see slower riders, you have to kind of power through them a little bit. Make sure you don't get stuck behind somebody on a mountain bike. More. All right. We're encountering a lot of slower riders here. All right, I survived. All right, we're all together here. We're all together. Okay, well, more coming through. I think the good news is I think the group split and the faster ones went off the front. So we might stabilize a little bit better now. So I still got 40K to go. It's not a race, I promise. All right. Hey, thank you, Bike Fitness. What we're trying to do today, for those who like yourself who are joining the channel at this hour, we've been at it now for over an hour and a half, and what we're trying to accomplish tonight, let me see, are we still together? Okay, good, we're still together, but I'm off the back. We're trying to complete the Parlee speed mission here. For some reason, I got to do 4 watts a kilo to stay on. Come on. I hate when the Zwift algorithm does this. Throws you off the bat for no good reason. I don't know if it's a latency issue or what. See, now it's all easy. Strange. But what we're trying to do is complete the Parlee speed mission, which has to be completed before the 16th of April. And I had over 100K, foolish me, over 100K left to do in 2 days. So I decided to turn it into a very long Zwift effort tonight, over 100K. We're 60K in, about 40K to go, plus a little bit of change. A little bit extra. Finish things off here. All right. We've got at least one or more individuals riding along, so if you want to, you can join in. We are circling around TikTok every 20 minutes or so. Thank you. Hey, I've never gotten 30 ride-ons. Thank you, folks. All right, doing that burst mode again. Which helps the backside so much. And it helps the hamstrings too, it really does. My hamstrings hate constant, steady efforts for long periods. They just get so tired after a while. They need a little something different, a little bit different mechanic in terms of the angle of power application to change it up enough to freshen them up. All right. I guess this is our group. Even though they're pushing a good pace up here. Really would prefer not to do this every time we come out of Fuego Flats, but We'll do it this time. If this is a good steady group, it's worth the investment. Yeah, I know what you mean, Greg. Every chance I can get to give it a rest, I try to. That's why they should have virtual coffee shops in Zwift for you to stop at. Maybe like a social lounge where you can get off the bike for 10 minutes and chat it up with some folks. Might actually be a brilliant idea. They need to put me on the payroll, right? Boy, what I would do to ride a bike for a living. Not that they do that, but if I could, I would. All right, we are totally busted up. No group cohesion whatsoever. All right. I'm going to fall back, though we have some folks really killing it on the downhills. All right, I got you. We'll hang together here. All right, 38 more kilometers to go. I'm feeling it in the supporting ligaments here a little bit. Probably gonna have to ease up on those stand-up efforts. This group loves bias. It loves bias. I'm not doing 3+ watts a kilo. Stick with them. I'll just wave at them as they go by, or say right on. Oh, okay, you're done? You're done, bike please? Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, thanks for joining me. Okay, sorry. There we go. Are you still with us? No. Okay, I think you had to beg off. I understand. Hey, I appreciate it. That was what, a couple laps? No, okay. Maybe. Oh, a dropout. Did you have a dropout? Oh man, I hate those. I'll hang back. If you had a dropout, no problem. I'll hang back. My ACL could use a little break from the effort here. We're making progress, though. Making progress. I don't know what the average kilometers per hour has been, but what we're trying to do, for those of you who are tuning in, we're trying to average 30 kph or 32 kph or better, with climbs inclusive. So hopefully we're able to do that and wrap this thing up in about 3 hours, or about another hour and 10, Lord willing. Lord willing. Let's see, where are you there? Okay, 8 seconds back, got it. Hey, it's all right. You don't have to do 4 watts a kilo. I'll slow it down. I'm just chatterbox here. Okay. He's gonna blow right by me. Here he comes. There we go. Just keep going now. I'll catch back on here. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. Hey, I appreciate that. Hopefully we won't yo-yo back and forth here. All right, so I'm going to try to keep it around 2.0, 2.5. Now we're back to solo work here. See if we pick up any other folks along the way that are willing to work together. Feels a good steady effort right here. All right. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, hey, anybody in the chat, give Mr. Bike Beast here kudos. Appreciate you hanging with me here. We are going to finish strong today. You know, mentally, if I could just break this down to one final 1 hour effort, I know I can get through this. I know I can get through this. So we can get to 70K by the time we finish our second hour. That'd be awesome. Because then I know we'd have 30K or less to go. Knock it out. Get it done in under an hour. Then I'll just do that extra 9K as a cool down. And we'll be done. Ray, you're looking at the longest ride I've done in Zwift this year, I think, as of this point. I think, oh, never mind. Saturday I did 68, technically, with these warm-up and cool-down. So 3K, I will have officially gone farther than at any other point in 2020, at least in Zwift. You know, it's not the muscles really, right? When you see, generally speaking, when you train, you shouldn't really try to do more than 25% more, either in intensity or distance, or duration maybe for that matter, than you usually do, to not overstress your systems, either your cardiovascular or muscular or whatnot. So, unfortunately, 100K is well above 25% more than what I'm used to. So, certain systems of my body, particularly my ligaments and tendons, are starting to question my judgment in such an endeavor, reminding me that they haven't seen this kind of mileage in probably about 6 months. So, but you know what's interesting? And maybe it's because we're not doing stops or whatever, but like I did 120 miles in real life last fall, and my legs started hurting towards the last 35 miles, maybe like 90. After about mile 90, my legs really started feeling tired in several different ways. But I don't feel as bad. Didn't feel as bad then at this point as I do now. So I definitely have detrained to a certain degree. And where are we here? Okay, there we are. I have detrained a little bit on the endurance side. Been too focused on those short crits, which are fun and very time efficient. Very time efficient. And yes, so I don't know, Greg, what do you think? A day, 2 days? What's proper recovery for a ride of this length for you? I don't do this long enough to know. Maybe 2 days rest? I know I'm not going to probably race till the weekend, given what I've done today. So, I don't know. Got 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes to knock out these last 3.3K. See if I can get to 70K before the turn of the hour. Heart rate's looking good. We're in the right zone. Power is, a little steady, a little unsteady. We've had some group issues, some surges, and some splits to contend with in the last 10 minutes. So definitely not a TT effort we're doing today. Technically, this big group ride should be starting any second, I think. They might even be coming out of the pens as we speak. All right, let me check this out. They were supposed to start at 6:10. Okay, so we're 9 minutes early, and they probably, I don't think they'll catch up to us. I don't know. They might. They might catch up to us. We won't miss them, that's for sure. When they come out and start barreling down Tempest Fusion, we'll see them. All right. And that group should be big enough to be steady and not surgy, because they've probably got. Well, they got 287 folks, so. All right. So it looks like by the time we cross the pens, we'll have about a 7-minute head start to the group. So I don't know how long it's going to take for them to cover 7 minutes. Maybe they won't ever. I don't know. I don't know. Any predictions, guys? Yeah, hey, to answer your question regarding the 150 kilometers a week, you can, if it's a road-style bike, I can say with great confidence that a wheel-on trainer will work. Mountain bikes, I'd say possibly so, but depending on how knobby your tires are, gravel tires would probably be better than full mountain bike tires. I think it would wear your roller out, perhaps a little prematurely, or your tire for that matter. But if you have a relatively smooth tire to work with in the back, doesn't matter about the front, then you could probably put your bike on Zwift, because those wheel-on trainers have a lot of flexibility in terms of wheel size that they can accommodate, I think. Let's see. All right. Okay, I'm coming up. Sorry, just stretching the legs. So that hopefully that answers your question. You can even use a dumb trainer. What I mean by dumb, that doesn't have any interactive capability, and it will provide you with a, if it's fluid resistance, progressively linear resistance, which is probably minimally sufficient for what you need to do. And then, but if you want like interactivity, so like if you have a power meter, you can use like a dumb trainer. You do need to have something, either a speed and cadence sensor on the back wheel, or a power meter of some sort, either built into the trainer or on the bike, to give you that, because the application has to register your speed somehow. It either registers it by speed and cadence, and it simulates the power, or it registers by actual watts. So that's the kind of like the do's and don'ts of getting into Zwift, and it's super fun. You get a 30-day free trial. There might be some 90-day free trial codes out there if you hunt around. You can give it a try without spending any money. But I love it. I've been hooked on it. I'm now on to the tune of level 35 in about 3 years. 3-4 years into this. So it's fun. There's lots of things to do. There's challenges, there's achievements, there's bike unlocks like what you got here with the Tron bike. And you have special courses like Out to Zwift, which are really special and nice. So you can definitely get a lot out of it. Definitely get a lot out of it. It's not like staring at a wall, like the good old days of stationary bikes. And to answer your question, Greg, or to read your comment here about the Polar watch. Okay. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have my Garmin. If I were to dual record to my Garmin head unit as well as Zwift, I could get some of that recovery data. It also has some other useful information too, but I just don't usually take the time to bother to set it up for dual recording. Plus, it kind of throws my numbers off on Strava a little bit because I end up getting duplicated efforts. But yeah, I really wish, and maybe if Garmin's listening, I really wish if Garmin would give you a training stress score for non-Garmin recorded rides. What I mean by that is, if I use my head unit, I get a training stress score for the effort. I'm told what my effort basically was relative to what my current state of fitness is. If I record in Zwift and send it to my Garmin account, it just says I did 0 effort. So it doesn't register anything. It acknowledges the miles. It'll give you some great stats like your heart rate zones, your power zones. So very useful features, but it won't do that for some reason. I don't know why. All right. Anybody see how long it took us to get to 70? I think we were a little bit late. I think we didn't quite make it there under the hour because we're three minutes in. So I think we're going just a little on the slow side. That's okay because I'm secretly hoping for this vlog to catch up to us, which will be underway in about 3 minutes. So we're in the home stretch, last third. Hey, Bike Beast, appreciate you putting some miles in today for me. 32 kilometers, I really appreciate that. I don't know how far in you're committed to this, but appreciate the efforts here. Oh, got a little mini group here we might have. I'll be honest with you, putting anything over about 2.5, 2.2, 2.5 right now is going to be a little hard for me. I can feel it. I can start to feel the fatigue. Yeah, I don't even feel like keeping up with those folks right at the moment. I think I'm content just to let this block catch up to us and carry us the rest of the way. Won't be breaking any PRs, that's for sure, today. Yes, I agree, Greg. And I think where I have to watch out, for me, is putting too many all-in efforts on the Zwift races or doing too many Zwift races too frequently. I think that's where I've seen its greatest detriment. But I think if one uses it with that caution in mind, I think it's fun and very motivating. And the efforts are real. It may look like a video game, but I promise you, after I get off this bike today, I will know I've done some real work. I gotta see if I can even hold 2.0 now. 2.0 is a little hard on the knees at this point. I just got to be careful here. I have had a history of knee problems, so If my knees tell me I'm done, then I guess I'm done. But I just gotta watch it from that standpoint. And somebody doing 2.2 rode me off their wheel. Oh well. All right, so they have officially started the event. Let's see if I can find the blog out there in Zwift. Oh, it won't show me at this point. It won't show me. It's they only show you like within 500 meters. So it'll be a little while. We're already about almost exactly halfway through Tempest Fusion, I guess. So they got a little catching up to do here. We're hitting on numbers, 32 kph. As long as I keep that, I'll be happy. Yeah, I agree, Greg. I agree. Whew. I won't complain about getting some rest, that's for sure. You know, it made me wonder when that when James of GCN did that 24-hour ride. I wonder what his cycling app told him he needed for rest. Maybe it told him to get off the bike and never get back on. I don't know. I know after a proper century, I usually take about 3 or 4 days completely off, and then I try to ease back on with a light ride for my first one. And I got dropped. Oh well. Normally I'd say I'd catch back on, but I don't know if I can confidently say that at this point. I don't think I can confidently say that. I think I have to wave goodbye now to that group. I don't know. They're only doing 1.5 in the grass. I should try to catch up. All right. Here we go. First mode again. All right. That wasn't so bad. All right, where are we here? Okay. So, Greg, you got any intel on any upcoming stage events or anything like that in Zwift? Anything we need to be aware of? I honestly haven't been looking more than a day ahead. And these classics, I really wanted to do this, the Bologna Classic ride, give it a try, but it just didn't fit with my goals here this earlier part of this week, so I had to let it go. Fun to watch, though. Fun to watch. I'll have to check out the races. I'll have to check out the races. See how they went. Do you know, Greg, if long endurance rides will help increase your FTP? Because I've been trying to find the holy grail of FTP improvements. I've tried threshold workouts. I've tried 40-20 VO2 max workouts, and haven't really seen a huge improvement in that area. At least when I give an all-out max effort, I pretty much have been this way for the last year, despite all the training I did last summer. So I might be, I don't know, plateaued in that regard, which is kind of why I like being in the CCAT, because I don't think I can improve enough or improve at all, perhaps, in that department to make riding the VCAT fun for me. All right, let's see what we got here. Got a little mini group here, and I think I got stuck behind the butts right here. Anyhow, legs right here. All right, enough with the names. Dicing the names up here. Let me try to shred some legs some more. Starting with my own. All right, 25K. Knocked another 5K out. Awesome, awesome. I think we're going to make this, boys. Oh, no, let it go. I thought that was the group for a second. Yeah, I agree there. That was definitely high octane. Yeah, my legs are getting closer and closer to being toasted here. Trying to think how many more times I got to get over this this little 3-4%er at the end of the flats. I'm going to change my overhead shot. So those of you watching the stream, well, that really doesn't help, actually, does it? If you see a big blob coming up behind us, let us know. I don't think this is going to be very helpful, actually. I'll probably have to look in the app, the companion app here, see if I can spot the group. I mean, we're technically not going outrunning the group at this speed, I don't think. So I think they will eventually catch us. They are doing the full TikTok, so maybe on the downhill. They might catch us on the downhill, if my guess is correct. All right. Thank you, Mr. Stokes. Guess that was somebody in our group, I'm guessing. I don't see him in the app, though. Oh. All right. Gotta give the legs a stretch here. I'll be counting down every K from here to go. Here to the end. All right, 23 to go. 23 to go. The full 100. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, I really appreciate Bike Beast and his awesome hour-plus effort here to keep this thing moving forward. I think I can pretty much soft pedal 23K if I had to, if I was really desperate. I'm sure I could do it. So I know I can finish this thing. And we're moving along at a good clip too, 38K. So that's good. Got another nice blob. Hopefully everybody's working together here. Cooperation, not competition. That's the name of the game here. Now my, hey, guess what, Greg? Now my feet are starting to hurt. You know it's a long ride when the feet start hurting you. You start getting that numb foot, you know. Oh gosh, another. Okay, I can make it through this rise. I know I can. I wonder if that steady endurance ride is going to do 3.0 up the hills. I suspect not. I don't think their group stated goals would permit them to go this fast. So. This first mode really works, I tell you, I promise you. Helps out so much to get that little half-second break between pedal strokes. You know, I might have over-tightened my shoes. I'll take them out a notch on the downhill here. As soon as oh, what happened, man? I lost you. I guess he needed to peel off. I think my helpmate just took a different course here. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't see him behind me here. Titans Grove is a beautiful part of the course. I think if I had more leg to spare tonight, I would change the route up and maybe see some other parts of Watopia, but at this point, I'll just be glad to roll on in to a finish. I'm not looking to do any climbing, unfortunately. My knees won't have it. That little grade back there was just enough of a taste for me. All right, so I've loosened up the shoes just a little bit. I'll do one more notch here. See if that helps. Oh, about to lose my my draft. Oh well, it is what it is. They're doing too much effort anyway. So at this point, Greg and Bite Beast, if you're watching, I think what we'll do, my plan here is to let the blog catch up from this large 200+ member group ride and ride it out with them for the last 20K here. 30K technically with the cool down, but I don't know how far back they are. Can you? Hey, Greg, do you think I could actually scroll back far enough to see them if I scroll back through? Well, now I'm jumping on a different course here, so I can't. But like technically, can you scroll back endlessly through the riders list, or will it stop after you've gone so far back? I've never tried to do that. All right. Yeah, the draft effect from 200+ folks would be huge. It would really be a great way to carry me in here strong to the finish. They technically would have been 7 minutes behind starting out. I did have the advantage of a little group that we were working with on that last lap, so they may not have gained too much ground here. but I'm sure they will overtake me eventually. Ah, there he is. Okay, back on. All right, coming back on strong. Well, I'm just going to soft pedal here. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you're coming back on. Okay, wow, that was fast. All right. Try to ease back on here rather than attacking, counterattacking there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, just two of us again. Well, we got well, no, those folks behind us are going too fast. I can't even put out the minimum 2.1, 2.2 to hang with them. Just let them go. Just let them go. I really want to keep it around 2.0 or under at this point. I know if I do that, I'll be able to steady make it. All right. Trying to find that sweet spot. Maybe about right here. It's kind of funny, if I do a higher cadence, the knees cry less, but then if I do a lower cadence, if I do a higher cadence, my hamstrings beg for relief. And on the lower cadence, my knees have a little bit more of a problem with that, but though not as much as the hamstrings are having right at the moment. So I guess I'm going to grind it out. Thank you, Mr. Byers, wherever you are. Let me try this. See if this works. Can I get it? All right, yep, it worked. No! I didn't want to actually see somebody. I wanted to kudos them. Ah. Yeah, I think that's what's happening to me, Greg. I'm just grinding out these last 19K, 20K here. I definitely have pushed myself well beyond the 25%. More miles than I have done recently, so not surprising that I'm feeling it more than I would expect. We got a good bit of folks here who've got at least 40K. Let's see, we got two folks with 40 plus K in our vicinity. I wonder what those hey, you see those Zwifters that are different color than the others? I wonder what that means. Oh, they're runners. Okay. I was trying to figure out. I was like, I haven't seen that before. Maybe I just never noticed. All right. One more climb for another 10K. We lost our little group again, it looks like. Oh well. Groups come and groups go. All right, 17K left to go. Take it nice and easy up this grade. No standing efforts, no accelerations here. Nice little train. I hope I don't run out of hydration. I think I'll make it. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, I'm trying not to pay too much here. I can kiss 2.5 watts a kilo goodbye now. I don't think I could do that for any sustained amount of time at this point. But as long as we can keep it at 32K pH or higher. Got a nice little train here too, if I can hang with them. They're saying goodbye. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. I don't have the watts to try to pull them back. This person's going to probably pull off my wheel. Or maybe not. Okay. Gosh. Here's a trivia question. Anybody know where that bridge goes in Zwift? Is it a secret private road for Zwift HQ to ride on? Looks pretty neat. I wonder if there's actually real tarmac up there or not. Looks like the possibility of something up there. I don't know. You always wonder what's up out of reach, you know? Is it like a Hollywood studio where there's nothing there? Or is there real landscape out of sight? Doesn't look like it's showing up on the overhead map, does it? Okay, no, there it is. Yeah, but no road. Bridge is there, but no road. Okay, interesting. I can feel 2% now. I can feel a 2% change in grade. Oh boy. Alright, less than 15K. Maybe I should just keep my head down and not look at it. Thank you, Terry. I'll take a 100-person blog going at 2.2 watts a kilo right now. That'd be even better. I'll tell you, I don't know about you guys, but I have to always have a really good reason to do big miles on Zwift. I just don't do it just for the training benefit. It's just too much. It's just too much. I'd rather take an adventure ride into the mountains here in upstate South Carolina than to do 100K here on Zwift. That's just being real. There's just not. I need more of a. We really need breaks. Is what we need. We need the ability and the willpower to just stop and get off the bike for 5 minutes. You know, that probably would make all the difference. And you might say in the chat, "There's nothing stopping me," right? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But we are going to make it. I know we're going to make it. It's too flat not to make it. So we're about 30 minutes in to this group ride. One has to wonder if they're catching up to us. See if I can see anything that bears some resemblance. There's just too many. Okay, here we go. No. They are not within range yet. I wonder if you can do, on non-racing events, can you go on Zwift Power Live to see activities like that? Like where they are in real life in Zwift Power Live, or if they don't do that for group rides. Well, and you know, Greg, my sincere hope at the end of all this is that I beat you out for the Parlee. But if you win, I'll be happy for you. You just got to show it off. You got to show it off on your Strava feed or something and post it. That way, at least I can say I know a winner. All right. I got dropped by the group. Let's see if I can catch back on here. Thank you. This is hard work. All right. We lost our little group. Sad to say. Maybe we might catch them. Actually, I think our little group is behind me now. I don't know. I'll be honest, I've lost track here. All right, let's try this. As long as we're doing 32 kph, I'm happy. All right, 12 to go. I like that number. I'm going to try to push the pace for the last 5K, try to finish strong. I think I can empty myself for 5K, I'm not sure. Maybe try to do 2.2, 2.5, which sounds so fast now in retrospect. Ah. All right. Take another peek back here, see if the group has come into view. Well, we got a decent number of folks grouped up behind us. But not the group though. Not the group. Down to the bottom of the barrel here. Seven to go. Thank you, Adi. Well, for a second there, looked like we were going to get a little boost there. I don't know if I've hydrated enough today. I'm starting to feel like I'm drying out here. Take it easy a little bit here. Get some recovery. We lost our wheel. Ah, well. All right, Zwift, don't start getting twitchy now. See how it's starting to hesitate a little bit? Zwift. I got 90K into this thing. You are not going to deny me. I'll call quit Zwift HQ if you crash on me. And you all are my witnesses. Now this is a just straight up Gatorade, Greg. So it's got the electrolytes and everything, carbs. Maybe not proteins for an endurance ride. I usually like more of an endurance feel with proteins, especially since I didn't do any feeding on the ride tonight. But that's all right. I figured I could just tough it out. I'm going to let my hands help out a little bit here. It's not cheating. If I can do this in real life, I can do it in Zwift. And extra 0.1 watts a kilo here. That's standing up. All right, 9K to go. Neiman. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly, Greg. So I think what I'll do, for everyone's sake, I'll end the actual effort at around 100K, and we'll just kind of soft pedal the last 9, I'm guessing, as a cool down, or maybe the last 5. I won't do a whole 9K at a cool down pace. I'll do 5K. It's about how much I usually do, about 3 miles. I don't know where that group is, but at this point, I just about don't care, because they'll probably end up passing me if they show up. I don't see them. Oh well, one could have hoped. Making good time though. Think we'll come in before 3 hours, Greg? I think so. I think we'll come in before 3. Yes. Hey, everybody give Bike Beast a like on Zwift. Much deserved. Thank you, Whitworth. $8K to go. Less than 8K. So what I'll do, I'll roll in through the 100K, and then I'll try to push a little effort. Knock out that last 5K. So I'll have 4K of cool down. Wrap up 109K total. Get that Parlee mission done. All right, good to hear. 3 hours. I'm looking forward to getting this wrapped up. All right, I'm gonna let Bike Beast take a pull. So I can save some legs for this little grade. This little drag coming up. F1. And I forget what the thing is for the elbow flick. I forget the elbow flick. What that is. All right. Sorry, Mr. Price. Didn't mean to block you up there. Sorry about that. I think I've lost my wheel again. I don't know how I did it. Pushing the same watts a kilo as some of these other folks. Must have backed off too much. Oh well. All right, here's a little group. All right, this looks good. Little ad hoc group. Too bad it came at the end of Tempest Fusion, not the beginning. It's all about the legs at this point. It's not about the heart rate. It's not about the cardio. My legs have probably done 1,000,000 revolutions by now. Maybe one could calculate it, right? Oh. All right. About down to 6K. 6K officially to go in this 100K event. Like Beast, you are a beast. Not to overuse your name there. 55K, just with 5 minutes warning. 5 minutes warning to do a 55K ride. Thank you, thank you. I'll tell you, for those who do Everesting attempts in Zwift, I don't know how they do it. I'd have to rewind the clock about 30 years to think about that. All right. Last rise, hopefully. I might have one more. I just can't keep the same pace here. I'm either going too high or too low. All right. Sit down, sorry. I might have to actually stop for some hydration here. It is a very, Terry, I would agree with you. The one has to debate the logic of doing that. Well, thank you, Restream. Apparently I hit a milestone there too. Didn't know there was one. Oh. Well, I'll tell you, having Everested to get this Tron bike, I think when I finally got to the top of Everest, it probably took me like I'll be honest with you, it took like 2 or 3 months just to get to the top of Everest. And then to find out that I was only like 20% of the way there or something like that. It was just, I was like, oh my gosh. Are they for real? Did anybody at Zwift HQ actually ride 50,000 meters to see how hard it actually was? Because there's like nothing else. There's nothing else in the Zwift world that compares in difficulty to that. Even the 25 Alpha Zwifts. Is 25 Alpha Zwifts more than 50,000 meters? I don't think so. Wait, no, 25. It actually is. If you do the 25 Alpha Zwifts, you can actually get the Tron bike before the end of it. But here's the thing. It took Cam Jeffers, not that long ago, Cam Jeffers 10 hours to do, I think, 8.5 summits. And for Francis K to double that, it took 31 hours to do 16 summits, I guess, or 17 summits, maybe 18. So imagine how long 25 would be in one ride. I dare someone to try it. Somebody will be foolish enough to try to do the whole 25 in one ride and get the achievement in one sitting. But that would be, I don't know, unbelievable. Sorry, Bike Beast, my legs are just toast. I don't know how many more watts I can hold here. I was actually taking advantage of this downhill to recover a little bit. Oh, I'll try to get back to work here. 3.5K to go. I don't think I can ride this person's wheel up. Nope. No, sir. Yes. Almost there. $3K. I just don't have any. I have like a couple of sips left on the water. Let's see. Okay, that one's good. That one's gone. Alright. I almost want to put the trainer on 0 difficulty at this point. You know what I mean? I feel every little bump now. Oh gosh. Every little bump. Alright. Alright. I'll tell you, you fade faster when you know the end is near. Will it be a badge, Terry? A badge for the, if you're talking about the 100K, I've already gotten that badge for the metric. What I'm doing this for tonight is for the Parlee RZ7 to get an entry in that contest, because you got to have all of your 250 kilometers in less than 2 weeks or less, so, or 15 days or less. So I got behind the ball, the 8 ball, so to speak, on the miles or kilometers, and so now I have to make it up with this long ride tonight. I had the opportunity to get off work a little early, so I figured I'd knock it out. That way I'm not up until midnight tonight trying to do this thing here at home. Whew. All right. Under 2K for the 100K. So basically, Terry, what I've got is I got 9 residual K after the 100K is done to qualify for the Parlee. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 5K as an effort, and then the last 4K is a cool down. And then we'll call this done and dusted. Oh, you will? Okay, great. Hey, I could use that little notification, because I'm not exactly sure when I will cross that threshold. And I don't want to do a meter more if I don't have to, if you know what I mean. Oh. All right, y'all gotta cheer for me when I cross the 100K barrier here. You know, technically 100 kilometers gets you up into outer space too. So if I was doing this vertically, I should get astronaut wings. One more K. How did Bike Beast get? Wait a second. How did you get 6 seconds behind me? I don't understand that. I haven't been paying attention. I'll be honest with you. I'm blankly staring down the virtual tarmac here, looking for the end. Oh, I'll even take this little group here. This little group will give me a little reprieve before the bump coming out of the fishbowl. Not much of a reprieve, as you can see. Oh, it feels so good to go under 1K. Huh? Oh, I tell you. I don't see too many people with big miles now anymore. You know, when we were about halfway through the ride, we saw people with 80K, 50K, 40K. I think me and you, Bug Beast, are the only ones left doing big miles on this course right now. And there goes my group. Oh well. Oh. Yep, we've lost the tenths of a digit now. Now it's whole numbers. "100 kilometers. Yes, thank you, Lord. I might not actually do this last 5K of effort as I promised, because I've got no hydration left. I don't know if that would be wise. Let me try at least do a little effort. Bike Beast, oh man, you're still 3 seconds back. Hey buddy, if you gotta go, I understand. We knocked this 100K out. I'm gonna try to do 5K with a little bit of more effort here. And then after 5K, I'm gonna just soft pedal it to the finish. Yeah, under 3 hours. Hey, thank God. That's what, 25? No, wait. That's average of 30K an hour. Is that how it works? 30, 60, 90? No, 33K an hour. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's very good. I'm happy with that. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if Bike Beast will catch back on here towards the top of the climb. And then we'll try to ride out, see if we can ride out 5K together at about 2.0, 2.5. Let me send a message to him. That's right. How do I do that? Let me try it this way. $100K done. Comma. Thanks so much for hanging with me! Exclamation point. I'll let Google do the typing, as long as they didn't screw it up. Let's see here. Alright. Yeah, he's 34 seconds back. Finish the cool down, buddy. I'm about ready to do mine. I'm going to do about 4K of effort if there is such a thing in me. And then I'm going to wrap this up too. Alright, see if I can keep it over 2.0. Yeah, see you out there, comma. I'll send out invites to some group rides in the future, period. I really hope Google didn't box that up. All right, good. All right. All right, 3K of effort to go. All right, this guy's going 3.0. I'm just going to wheel suck off of him, no offense. Sorry. Now he slows down, okay. All right, let's try this again. It's like every time I try to go faster, he goes faster. I don't get it. All right, let's see if I can get by here. Come on. There we go. All right, see you, Terry. All right, thanks for hanging with us for the stream. We'll see you on another one. Take care. All right, 2 more K. Thank you, Nelson. Hey, is that Lantern Rouge? The Lantern Rouge? All right. Cool. Let's send a ride on. Oh, wait a second. There's like 4 or 5 people that have that same name. Ah, forget it. I have no idea what that means. I'm just going to keep moving. Thank you, Mr. Wright. 1K to go. I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah. Let's get that arrow going. Couldn't have come at a better time. Come on. these legs. It's like the final sprint of a race. I wish they'd give you the tenths and you know how close you are. Okay, good. Just about to cramp. That right leg was just about ready to cramp. Okay, folks. As I promised, I'm going to soft pedal in my cool down for the last 4K. Hopefully that shouldn't take too long. I got no hydration left. That's it. But I'm on the cool down, so it should be all right. I wouldn't even mind soft pedaling behind the group to a 1.0 right about now. Get a little extra free speed out of it, but oh well. See you later. Oh, well, there it is, Greg. I did it. Got it done. I can coast it in practically now. Oh gosh, man. That right leg. Whew. Ooh, sore. Oh. It didn't start hurting until right at the 105. As soon as I crossed over 105K, I started getting ready to feel like a cramp was coming on. Oh. Yeah. Bump down the RPM, bump down the gear here so I can spin it out. Oh. Well, there we go. My first of the crazy long rides in Zwift. I don't know. I've started having second thoughts about doing like the super pretzel, and I don't know. I just don't know about that. Greg, I can't conceive of doing the mega pretzel. You know, all that climbing on top of all those kilometers. Oh gosh, it's not for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll get there. Maybe this will be the start of it. They are indeed. That is so true, Greg. It's so true. You know, the legs are, you know, my legs wanted to be done about probably 10, 15K ago. And I just had to say, no, I'm not gonna, too close to quit, as they say. No, that one I might leave. I'm going to leave out that one out for my kids to do after I'm gone. Maybe they could take that one on. Started Zwift too late in life. If I could turn back the dial, maybe I would. Let me thank you, Mike Forrester. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try to loosen this up just a little more. Let's see if that helps. All right, 3 more K. One of the 3 done. Well, I don't know, Greg, what we're going to do from here. What kind of events are coming up? I know nothing for the next 3 or 4 days, that's for sure. And I probably need to ease back into it with a recovery spin before I test these legs on the crit. Just to make sure I don't have it overstressed some of the supporting ligaments and things to the point where I probably have a blowout on a hard effort. I gotta see how they feel, especially this right leg. This right leg is it's just aching right now, all on the backside, all in the calves and the hamstrings. Well, so if you have any suggestions on future events, like I said, I haven't looked at the calendar more than a day out. I have a feeling by the time I'm ready to do some more Zwifting again, or live streaming, really, for that matter, that it's going to be probably too late for the Zwift Cat Classics. I don't know how long that's going on, so I don't know if I get to do one of those or not. They look intriguing. I'm sure I probably won't place well because there's just so many strong riders signing up for those. But I'd give it a try, just to try it out. I would have loved to have gotten on the Bologna course today, but no, I'll have to watch that one, I guess. Yeah. No kidding, right? I want this body to last me at least another 40 years, right? So, I am on Twitter, yes. I am on Twitter. You can find my Twitter through my, if you check out on the live stream, you can see my WordPress, my blog site. I think you can get to my Twitter page from there. So I think it's called Finish Strong Cycling. Maybe, I'm not sure. I can't remember. But what the actual title is, how you would search for it. But yeah, check it out. I don't really post a lot on Twitter. I post some of these races, and I post my vlogs, obviously, on Twitter. But I don't do a lot of tweeting. I'm not just not a tweeter sort of person. So anyhow, all right. Hey, great. Hey, thank you, Bike Beast. Is that your handle? No, that's not your handle on Zwift. I'm not sure if that's what that is about. If that's a Twitter handle, or just let me know what that is. As far as future group rides, by the way, just follow me on Zwift, and what I'll do when I'm ready to do a group ride that I'm going to live stream, I'll send out a bunch of invites to those that are following me. That's how we'll do it. All right, 2 more K. Come on. These Ks are coming slow. If I can get this right leg to work better again, I might pick up the pace a little bit just to get it done. Not trying to stretch this out. I promise you, I'm not trying to stretch this out. If I could lasso somebody's back wheel right about now, I would. I wonder if that group will finally catch up. Oh yeah. Sorry, Smooth. Yeah, we're almost done here. 100K done. Now you actually can stay for the best part, because from what I hear, rumor has it that when I get the 109K that I need for the Parlee bike, I'm going to get this big banner that tells me I can stop pedaling, and says that I'll be entered in for that contest. So it's either that or I quit now and do 2K tomorrow. That ain't happening. I'm probably not going to. I hope I'll be able to get out of bed tomorrow. Hope these legs will work. I pushed way more miles, way more kilometers than I usually do. I think my biggest ride lately was 68K, and that was actually quite a stretch. That was a 2-hour ride that I wanted to quit on too, about 2/3 of the way in. But I will say that probably, Greg, that probably made the difference between me finishing and not finishing tonight, doing that 40-mile ride on Sunday to get my legs ready for this. I truly think, I promise you, 100K in Zwift feels a lot longer than it does in real life. It has to. It has to be. There's got to be something different about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I don't normally do 100K solo. Maybe the group ride, a group ride, you get the draft benefits a little bit more. I think I've heard a lot of folks saying that the draft in Zwift is just not like it is in real life. I think I would tend to agree. It feels like you have to pedal a lot harder. All right, last K. Last K. You have to pedal a lot harder to keep the draft in Zwift. So. All right. You know, this 10 plus minutes of cool down has actually started to bring my legs a little bit back to life here. And I'm going to do something here. I think my Zwift window got a little cockeyed there. There we go. You guys probably didn't notice, but I did. So I can see my graph now. Whew. All right. Somebody just get out. I'll have to even take a runner coming up behind me and pushing me across the finish line here at this point. Oh. All right, last K is always the longest. And I hate to say it, but my progress bar at level 35 doesn't even look like it hardly moved for all of those kilometers. 108 kilometers, it doesn't even look like it barely moved. Not that I've got anything I'm gunning for. I think the only thing really, right, that's above level 5 worth getting is the Sorello TT bike. Oh, and the 858 Super 9s are somewhere in somewhere in the distant future. All right, we're almost there. Wow, look at all these riders giving me a helping hand. Yes, yes. No, don't leave me behind. This must be that group ride, perhaps, but I think it should have been a lot bigger than that. Unless it's stretched out, broken up. That might be the lead group. I don't know. It'd be yes. You guys have seen it for yourselves. It's done. I'm done. Hey, I am officially done. All right. I don't know what this countdown timer is trying to tell me to do, but if it's telling me to quit, I'll be happy to oblige. All right, guys, that's it. There's no more live stream for tonight. I am happy to say goodbye. Have a great evening or afternoon, depending on where you're at in the world, and take care. God bless, and as always, finish strong, folks. Take care. Be safe.